How do we move beyond the reflection of our reality to creating our reality? We're going to talk about this today. This is Tom Karen with the Be Something Wonderful Studio of Higher Consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Welcome back, creatives. Good morning. I want to talk about moving beyond the reflection. We've talked about the dual nature of reality, that actual reality is a mirror, that the world is a dual mirror, and that there's two spaces. There's the physical world and the metaphysical world, and that we create what we have in our lives. Everything that's in the manifested physical reality is created in the metaphysical side and then reflected back here in the physical world. That what we look around, including ourselves, is a reflection of our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, and our creation and image in the metaphysical world. That the world is in fact a dual mirror. I wanted to talk about this. We talked about it with Reality Transurfing by Vadim Zeland. I want to talk about it in terms of the Divine Matrix by Gregg Braden. Gregg Braden talks about this, and as we've defined, the Divine Matrix is that energy that connects everything. But not only that, it's the container that contains that energy as well. It is that one web, or that one substance, that God consciousness. That it's that consciousness that contains everything and creates everything and is connected to everything. And we went further and we talked about that it's holographic. So any part of this consciousness represents the entire whole. And this is including us, our atoms and our DNA. Any part of us reflects our entire whole, reflects who we are. This is true with the consciousness as well. This is an amazing breakthrough. Because if this is true, it means any changes that we make to any part of ourselves or any part of physical reality reflects the whole. So any thoughts and feelings that we have about anything reflects the entire whole of the Divine Matrix. This is powerful, guys. So what were we talking about here? Well, when we're talking about the physical world, we're talking about a reflection. This is where we spend most of our time focused on, the reflection, trying to change it, trying to shape it, trying to battle it, trying to overcome it, right? Trying to expand it. Whatever it is, we're working on the wrong side if we're trying to change the manifested side. It's on this side where the image is. In the metaphysical world is where all the change. And the unseen reality, right, is really the real reality. This God consciousness is really the truth in the real reality. It's that reality of love. It's the unseen. The seen is already done, and it was created over here, right? How do we do it? Well, in the physical world, we use words to communicate, but that's not how we create. How do we create? We create with feelings, thoughts, and emotions. We talked about this in terms of images that we create in our minds, the thoughts or images, and then we line those up with imbue that with the power of emotion, either a fear-based emotion or a love-based emotion, if you think of really only two basic emotions. And really, everything is love, and fear is really just the absence of love. So if we imbue those images, those thoughts, with those emotions, we then create feelings in our heart center. Remember, we're talking about the bottom three energy centers, or chakras, are where the emotions are, and the top three are where our thoughts and images are. In the center, the seventh chakra, or seventh energy center, our heart-based energy center, is where we create the feelings that actually create the reflection in our reality. Either that's anger or love or joy, whatever that is. This is how we create. This is how we imbue that image, that whatever that image was, with those emotions, and then we create that reflection back on the other side. If it's fear-based emotions, and anger and so forth, then that's the image we'll get on the other side. That's what we'll attract to ourselves. So, and guys, most of this is based on beliefs, right? It's the thoughts and feelings, yes, but the emotions come from these thoughts that we thought over and over again that are beliefs. And a lot of them are fear-based beliefs. So we trigger those, and those trigger emotions, fearful emotions, and feelings, the fear-based feelings, right? Whatever those, anger, jealousy, envy, unworthiness, guilt, all of that, blame, all of that is created if those are underlying beliefs. So the way to get at it is start imbuing these images or these thoughts with love or with love-based beliefs, because you can have both, right? It's not necessary. It's good to look at your beliefs and then choose again. Choose love, right? Choose a belief out of love that displaces that fearful belief. This is how you do it, guys. This is how creation's done, right? And why do we struggle creating our own reality? Why do we struggle creating, for existence, money and abundance? Well, and we say, well, the law of attraction is not working. The law of cause and effect, I don't get it. I don't get these universal laws. I'm doing everything. I'm doing the affirmations. I'm being grateful, right? Remember, the feeling of gratitude is different than just being grateful with words, right? You've got to feel that love, those higher elevated emotions of love, of gratitude, of compassion, right? And why do we struggle? Well, those are words. We got to get at the feeling. What's the feeling of money, having money? It's abundance. But what's that feeling? That's freedom, right? So it's an abundant feeling of freedom and being able to do what we want. That's the emotion that we want to imbue our image of money with, to create the feeling of abundance and the feeling of freedom. In relationships, we try to fix it on the outside. We try to, I want a better relationships. I want better relationships with my family, maybe it's romantic. Whatever it is, if we try to do it from the outside, you can't make those changes. You've got to feel love. You've got to feel the emotion and the feelings of connection, of oneness. Once you feel connected and loving and oneness, then you reflect that back on the outside world, and then those relationships are created from that. So if you're trying to fix a broken relationship or any broken relationships, you can't from the outside. You're trying in vain. That's why you can struggle many years, right? I don't understand why it doesn't get better. It's because you got to stop trying to make it get better and let it get better through connecting with love and those feelings, right? We've got to go inside as opposed to outside. The outside is just a reflection of that image that we're creating on the inside. If we want better health, it's the feelings of immortality, of invincibility, of vitality. You got to get at those feelings instead of looking at your health issues or looking at your health problems or looking that you're out of shape or looking that you don't feel well. If you keep doing that, you're just beating on the reflection, and no change can be done. No matter how many diets or how much exercise you do or how many times you go to the doctor, it won't change until inside you make that adjustment inside. It is all inside. This is not just talk, guys, right? It's the job's there, invincibility, immortality. That's where it comes from. So to change the without, you got to go within. With heart-based feelings and emotions of love. It is so powerful, right? This is why anything absence, there's love, and then there's just the absence of it. That's it, guys. That's all it's about. That's what that divinity is about. That's what that God consciousness is about. It's love, and then anything else is the absence of love. That's powerful. So when you can get into those, then this is where creation's done on the unseen. Then it's reflected back into the physical world, but it's done here once you get on this side of it, right? It's already done. This is how we do it. Gregg Braden talks about a story that he was in Tibet traveling, and he saw a lake, a beautiful lake, and there was a reflection of a Buddha, and it looked so real and beautiful. And he couldn't see where it was coming from, but he could see clearly the reflection of the Buddha. Now, if he went down and tried to mess with the water and tried to change that reflection, it wouldn't change. That's not where you make the change. So as he went up around the mountain, around the bend, the sun was no longer in his eyes, and he saw the Buddha on the hill. That was the image. Reflecting back, that's what was real. Reflecting back on the lake of the reflection. So guys, this is what it's about. It's inside, right? If you're battling this, you're battling in vain, right? If it's just words of abundance or words of a better relationship or words of better health, you can't make those changes. You've got to get at the thoughts and feelings and imbue those images, those words, those images, those thoughts that you're creating in your head. You're going to imbue those with the emotions of love, the emotions of freedom, the emotions of immortality and invincibility and vitality. That's how you create on the outside. Yeah, we'll hit this more. This is what I wanted to talk about today. It's about moving beyond your reflection. And guys, you know, you could say, well, I just don't believe it. I don't believe we live in a universe like this. Then you will reflect what you believe. You have no hope of changing reflection, right? If you don't believe it, then you're going to get what you believe, right? So it's a question of, and you can test it, right, with some of your current beliefs, but there's no question, right? And we talked about it in Divine Matrix. What I like about it is Gregg Braden, who was a scientist, who is a scientist, ties in the science with the spirituality here, puts the quantum physics behind it, the idea that the quantum weirdness and these other things in quantum physics support this divine matrix, to support the existence of this energy field, this divine matrix, this web that not only connects us all, but is the container of everything. Yeah, science is pointing that way. We'll talk more about this. This is Tom Caron with the Be Something Wonderful studio of Higher Consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Guys, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button so you never miss a video, and comment and share the videos. That's how we get our message out, yeah? Until next time, this is Tom. See you soon.